to our state.
Hello,
Blake maintains
YouTube.
that it's the best way to prevent crime and stop the flow of drugs into the U.S.
We have narco-terrorists controlling our border. And let me tell you, they'll trade in drugs, they'll smuggle human beings.
Live in the news center, Luke Forster, KTAR News.
Thanks, Luke, and we are just about a month away from Election Day. It appears unlikely that voters will get to see the candidates for the governor's office square off in a head-to-head debate.
Speaking on CBS's Face,
Kind of wish I'd have started that a little bit ago. They were playing a lot of major sound bites from the two candidates for governor in Arizona.
To be a part of
So,
the spectacle that she's looking to create.
Meanwhile, Republican
Oh, they're still running some.
said she's ready to face
So it's 6:04 p.m. Monday, October 10th, 2022.
My opponent on the 12th.
For more stories on the November 8th midterm elections, head to KTAR.com/Arizona Votes. Jim Cross, KTAR News.
And Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell is up for election in November.
So, what's happening today? I'm just heading to work. Kind of glad to be leaving in plenty of time, though I shouldn't have to worry about too much about traffic. Although looking at the Google traffic aggregate, it's not too terrible bad right now. I bet that guy in an SUV is making a U-turn where there's a no U-turn sign. Which, admittedly, I do from time to time. But as a general rule, I only do it if it's absolutely clear when I approach it. I never stop there and hang out. I go down to where it says U-turn okay. Yep, made a U-turn. No shock there. I don't think you inconvenienced anybody by doing it, but... And to be completely fair, when the sun is setting, it is really hard to see what that no U-turn sign says. So, looking at the traffic, 202 is actually clear all the way to the short stack. The I-10 looks like it's going to have some slowing going through the tunnel, but looks like the 10 all the way clear until it rejoins the other end of the 202. So I think if I get off at 67th Avenue, I should be good. Looks like what little bit of traffic I got coming my way through downtown Phoenix, it will be easier to wait out than to take any other route around it. So today feels like it's been a really good day. Had a great day, a great night at work last night. I mean, it's for me the biggest frustrating thing with Amazon right now. Well, there's two things that are really frustrating me about Amazon. One is the whole situation with the annual raise review. We can't even call it a cost of living raise. They made it very clear at the president. I've been calling it that and talking to some of my coworkers about it. A couple of them had to correct me on it, and they're like, no, remember he said cost of living is not a factor. It's an annual wage review to match our industry. Yeah, I don't think the warehouse and logistics industry is this bad across the board in terms of pay. But I mean, I'm still there, and I haven't found myself another job. So you know, how much room do I have to bitch if I'm doing nothing about it, right? Speaking of doing stuff about it, one of my favorite coworkers, whose name I can never remember, but we did exchange phone numbers, and hopefully, unlike the last time one of my coworkers was leaving and we wanted to exchange numbers so we could keep in touch after he wasn't at JYR3, hopefully I will manage to save this guy's number. Yeah, the other guy I forget his name, but we used to talk every day, and he was lived in Chandler, so he's moving to a job closer to Chandler. And I recall I saved his phone number. Well, I didn't save his phone number as far as to my contacts, but the guy in front of me can't decide whether he wants to be in the carpool exit or not. Oh no, I don't know where that goes. so I don't need my alarm going off. Thank you. Hey, I managed to stop the alarm without stopping the recording. I always feel like I accomplished something when I do that. And this is where we're going to hit some traffic. Just a spot of red in the tunnel, and other than that, it's like about a half mile of orange, and it should be. This slowdown wasn't even on the Google. On the Google. Got my iPhone on my knee with the traffic view open. I really need to get myself some kind of a second phone holder so I can have them both directly in front of me when I'm driving. Or for that matter, I could move the one that I use for shooting video to a different position that's not as in front of me, since generally speaking I ignore it once it's recording, other than occasionally glancing up at it to see if it's still recording, which apparently it is. So yeah, shooting video on the Obama phone right now, since it has 0 data, and I've only got data on the iPhone. I'm not seeing this slowdown that Google Traffic is showing me. Although it looks like it'll be as I exit the tunnel as opposed to going into the tunnel. Anyway, I keep all getting distracted by just narrating my traffic, which I'm sure nobody could give a shit about. So yeah, work last night. Did exchange phone numbers with one of my coworkers because I won't be working with him again. So there's different schedules. I mean, the two most popular schedules are referred to as front half and back half. Front half, which I work, which is Sunday through Wednesday. Back half, which is Wednesday through Saturday. Although there are other full-time schedules, and the one that this guy, and it's killing me, I can't think of his name. Yeah, this is a slowdown. This is not nearly as bad as it looks like on the map. This isn't bad at all. Not really. Oh, might have spoken too soon. I would imagine a bunch of that traffic that I'm seeing on the other side of the other end of the Loop 202 has to do with the concert. I forget who the hell is in concert tonight at the amphitheater formerly known as Desert Sky Pavilions. But it should be right at the top of my mind, but I forgot. But it's one of those like super popular alternative artists that I actually really like. But yeah, they said, heard on the radio this morning that show's at 7 o'clock, so I would imagine quite a bit of that traffic is concert traffic. Which wouldn't be the first time I've had to have a conflict with concert traffic on the way to work. But actually, that seems to be easing up. I might be good to go all the way to 75th. Wow. I'm so confused. There's just been so much traffic on my Monday evening commute to work. Now I'm going to end up getting to work so early I won't know what to do. Oh, shit. Actually, I do know what to do. I need to stop somewhere and get me some food. I totally forgot to fill my bag with I've got groceries at home, and I've been meaning to fill my bag every day with food to take to work to save on the expense of vending at work, and didn't think about it at all on my way out the door today. Oops. Wow, that SUV in front of me had to pass me on the right just so he could creep right on that other guy's ass and tailgate him. Absolutely hate drivers like that. Wow, and he is tailgating that van really close. riding his brakes so he doesn't tail into a motorcycle on the side of the road. Yeah, I'm just going to give him extra space just in case they start playing bumper cars, because that happens a lot on this freeway. So anyway, yeah, we exchanged numbers. I only work with him on Wednesday because his work schedule, I only work with him on Sunday. Back half people I only work with on Wednesday, but he's on a different schedule where his last day of his work week is Sunday night. So he works Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anyway, wait, no. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anyway, he's saying he only has 3 more days left to work before he put in his notice. He has a better job with doing delivery and warehouse work for a company that distributes Auto Glass. Not Safelite, but he says it's the company that supplies Safelite as well as several other things. I didn't ask him what he's getting paid, and maybe I should have, but I figured if he wanted to disclose that, he would have. But he seems pretty excited to be moving on to something. And we did, of course, it hadn't really gotten the discussion of, what Amazon is paying. And he, of course, was the one who corrected me and like, oh, no, it's not a cost of living rate. And that was annoying. 6:16 p.m. I am way ahead of schedule for heading to work. Obama phone just ran out of space, so I'm continuing on the iPhone. At this point, there's really nothing else I need traffic view for. It looks like most of the traffic on the other side of the Loop 202 intersection has eased up, so I'm just going to head on up to 75th Avenue. Going to get my 2 for $6 chicken sandwiches over at Burger King, which of course now costs $7. But is admittedly still a pretty good deal. Alright, this guy looks like he's trying to get over to the right. I'm kind and let him go. Kind of digging the color changing LED turn signals. As much as I don't like the glare from LED taillights. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah, he's the one that corrected me on it. It's like, no, it's annual age review. The guy giving the presentation was really clear. It's not that inflation is not a factor. And there was a really good discussion yesterday on Reddit in our anti-work about raises. There was an employer, well, first, at least somebody, purporting to be an employer, asking if it would be a good raise to give one of his employees a raise from $1,000 a week to $1,200 a week. Like, wow, what do I have to do to get that kind of money? I'd be happy with $1,000 a week. Yeah, right now my after taxes, I'm taking home a little over $500 with Amazon, which sucks. Now, granted, I got that extra money coming from Pollux, which frighteningly is a difference between making it and not making it. I think. I mean, the percentage of my income that's spent on rent is kind of frightening, especially when you consider that I've also got storage rent and all my utilities, and then stack credit card bills on top of it. Which, by the way, I was reading something. I forget where I was. I read so much crap on the internet, and sometimes it's like articles, and just sometimes it's comments and stuff on Reddit. But anyway, yeah, people were talking about, and of course, yeah, $1,000 to $1,200 a week is fabulous. 20% raise, that's amazing. Yeah, different people in that thread and in the threads underneath it sounding off about what raises their companies have or haven't done, and it really seems to be all over the board. I mean, the the overwhelming majority, of course, saying that yeah, they're getting annual raises, but they're nowhere near matching the cost of inflation. And then other people talking about how the factor that the federal government, the number that the federal government gives as inflation is ooh, yikes. This is probably concert traffic here. Oh damn. Oh damn. I didn't zoom in this close on traffic. I was just looking at the traffic on the freeway, which is fine. I feel like I still got plenty of time. It's still only 6:20, so I got 40 minutes left to be at work, and I'm like, if I was on foot, I could get there from here in time. Of course, if I was on foot, I'd just be walking right by this gridlock, so there's that. All right, we got this impatient dude gonna try to pass where there's not a passing lane. And looks like he's gonna succeed in passing. And apparently that's a cool thing to do here. All right. Oh yeah, this is definitely concert traffic because everybody's packing into the right lane, which heads on over to the concert venue formerly known as Desert Sky Pavilion. I'm just trying to get up to the... Of course, I think I'm going to be fighting a lot of that concert traffic trying to get myself over to Burger King. Memory serves, it's on the northwest corner of McDowell and 75th. It's been quite a while since I grabbed any fast food other than Del Taco on the way to work. And I've been getting the Del Taco on my end of town versus over here. I'm still kicking myself in the ass because I got microwave burritos. I got these little snack packs, which I will not be buying anymore. I should know by now those little snack packs are just I'm buying a whole lot of just wasteful packaging and not a lot of food. But they seemed like a good deal when I grabbed them at Costco weekend before last. But little snack packs with like cheese and crackers, but it's little tiny cut up pieces of cheese, and half of the packs are Triscuits and the other half are Ritz crackers. And so I'm thinking they're going to be like regular, and I guess technically they are as far as what the crackers are, but they're like super miniaturized versions of Ritz crackers and not Triscuit, I'm sorry, Wheat Thins. But I mean, they're tiny, so I want to say like a quarter, instead of being like 1 inch by 1 inch square. I think it's the size of a regular Wheat Thin, more or less. They're like a quarter inch by a quarter inch. So these little teeny tiny goofy things, which are so small, it's like functionally awkward trying to put the little itty bitty pieces of cut cheese, which are cut to the same size. I put the little itty bitty cut pieces of cheese on the little itty bitty crackers, and then you spend so much time like trying to do that because it's awkward because they're so small that you realize, wow, it's a whole lot of work to eat it, not a whole lot of food. And the reality is, I can do a whole lot better with little Ziploc baggies and a little block of cheese, and just cut that shit myself, and box of crackers and take the crackers out. Whole, like, exponentially more food for the same amount of money. But sometimes just the convenience of little snack packs I can throw in my bag and bring to work is tempting. But yeah, pretty disappointed with those. Not going to be buying them anymore. Oh man, I didn't bring my of course I'm missing the green light because there's so much traffic in front of me. Another trucking company with a now hiring billboard on the back of their truck. There's a time I was really seriously thinking about doing that, but I would love doing long haul trucking, but just what he's doing now, like trying to drive something that big through urban traffic and backing into docks and stuff, just doesn't sound like a good time at all to me. And brakes. I'm blocking the intersection. Oh, no, I forgot where I was going. It's 83rd Avenue that has the Burger King. Been so long since I've got Burger King before work, I totally forgot. So anyway, yeah, the two big issues. I did exchange numbers with him, and he sent me an image of the infamous Amazon transvestite sex doll that we loaded. It's kind of funny. I didn't remember if he was there for that. He like busts out a picture of it. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Send me a copy of that. That's funny. Like, yeah, that's by far the weirdest thing. It's yeah, you'd be amazed. Like if you're not familiar with it, Amazon is the by far the biggest online sales website, and pretty much sells everything, like literally everything, and that includes the kind of items that you would associate with like a porn store. And Amazon's selection is like infinitely larger than any, like, Fascinations or Castle Boutique or any store of that or any seedier, bad part of town type store would have. And oh yeah, that product goes through our warehouse, especially when you consider mostly I think everything that we handle is not actually Amazon product, but when you're on Amazon and you see where it says fulfilled by and the order will be fulfilled by Amazon, the shipping is handled by Amazon, but the product is actually from a third-party seller. We're I think we're the first stop that processes everything coming from those the big third-party sellers. And yeah, a lot of those kind of products, that's how they get on Amazon. It's not Amazon actually directly dealing to dildos. They're an intermediary for third-party dildo retailers. And anyway, I got a text back like, dude, I feel like an ass. I forgot your name, but no, we've chatted and stuff about audio video stuff. Like, we were talking about Laserdiscs last night. He's like, yeah, I'd like to get some Laserdiscs, but God, like, who's got a Laserdisc player? I'm like, I don't have a Laserdisc player. I've got a whole collection of Laserdisc players. It's like, wait, what? I'm like, oh yeah, wait, you collect the players? Well, I collect the discs too, but yeah, at this point I collect the players. It's a pretty ridiculous amount. But yeah, that's one of the reasons, that on top of my rent, which is already costly, I do have rent on 3 storage units right now. So, and I should probably try to hone that down. And oh, you're hoarding. Well, yeah, I guess I kind of am. There's a fine line between collecting and hoarding, and I'm straddling that line pretty hard. I am. I admit it. Not too bad of a line at the drive-thru here. I can hang with this. Still got more than 30 minutes till I gotta be at work.
Hello, American. What may I for you?
Yeah, you guys still got the deal for the 2 chicken sandwiches?
For the 2 originals?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
I'll get that.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that'll be it for me.
Just the 2 original chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
Okay. $7.
Sweet. Thank you. That'll pretty much tide me over through work tonight. I think I've got some of those cheese crackers with the peanut butter on them in my bag that I bought from the vending last night that I didn't eat. So that plus the sandwiches will get me through the night nicely. God, it's so weird it being dark before I go into work. Back on this end of the calendar. Definitely prefer it to driving into the sun. Anyway, yeah, him and I first got, like, just, we both generally work as water spiders, so we'll kind of chat while we're waiting for pallets to be ready to bring out to the line. And granted, I tend to not wait as much as the other water spiders do. If I see what I call a water spider convention, which a whole bunch of water spiders kind of congregating up, leaning on their pallet jacks, waiting for pallets to be available, bullshitting, I usually try to find other stuff to do, because there's pretty much always other work to do, even if I just go to a line and start throwing. Although a lot of times if the water spiders are backed up like that, the lines are semi-empty, so they don't need, the last thing they need is another person to get on the line that throws substantially faster than the average line loader does. All that does is just end up with a bunch of those people standing around. And usually that time period is when I work on stuff that isn't really a position per se. Like, one thing I frequently do that I've noticed that none of the other water spiders really do, and I kind of have my own way of doing it, but every time I mention it to a manager, they're always like, awesome, Dan, thank you. Yes.
$7.50.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Chocolate you'd like?
No, I'm good, thank you. Temperature gauge seems a little high. Not like overheating high, but a little high. Thank you. You too. Cashier was freaking cute and nice. I think the best way to get out of here southbound, make it right and make a U-turn, just like this guy's doing. Don't know what's up with police activity over there, but as long as I'm going in the opposite direction, I'm good. So 6:33. Wow, even with traffic and taking the wrong exit and Burger King drive-through, I'm still getting to work super early. Very nice. Oh, and I'm getting those hunger pains. Didn't really eat a whole lot today. Definitely need to get in early to the break room and down one of those sandwiches before I go to work. Or actually start working, I should say. So anyways, I was saying before I pulled up on the drive-thru and didn't want to seem too crazy talking to myself in front of the cute cashier. Yeah, one of the things I'll do a lot of times is I'll go into the zones and I'll go to different zones that other water spiders aren't working, and I'll just kind of assess what's in them. Which, granted, like mostly managers and leads do that, but I kind of manage and lead myself, which management seems to thoroughly appreciate. Which is kind of why they give me so much freedom to just do my own thing, which I think used to just drive Derek nuts because it didn't really jive with the way he's taught to be a manager. But of course, he's Africa No Bottoms is long gone. Oh yeah, look at all this traffic going into the Amazon warehouse from this direction. It could be a lot of the PAs and stuff right now, because I know they need to get in and start their shift earlier. And just regular level 1 warehouse grunts like myself. Alright, dude, your exhaust sounds like ass. Oh, I hate coming in this direction. There are so many awful speed bumps on this piece of street. Like this piece of, at least from here on, this piece of Roosevelt is obviously maintained by, I don't want to say Amazon, but probably the whoever owns this property as opposed to Amazon. Wow, there used to be more speed bumps on it. Here's one of them. Yeah, speed limit 15 is not something, or speed limit 10 is not a sign you see anywhere on a City of Phoenix street. Wow, they definitely got rid of a bunch of the speed bumps on this. There used to be a lot of speed bumps on this street here. Definitely going to the other side of the parking lot so I don't have to battle too much traffic coming out of the parking lot as I go home tomorrow morning. Anyway, yeah, so there's different shit that I do when I'm water spidering, just kind of keep myself more efficient and keep myself working rather than just standing around in line with other water spiders. But sometimes I do when I can kind of assess the situation and realize that we're going to be going with some product reasonably soon, and especially if I've already done most of the other stuff that needs to be done. And the guy who last night was my last night working with him, I don't know even how we got on the subject, but at one point we were talking about reel-to-reel tapes, and he was telling me about how he has this vintage reel-to-reel recorder, but only has one tape for it. It's like, yeah, I'd use it, but I don't have any blank tape to record on. I don't really have anything that I would enjoy listening to on it. I'm like, dude, so I should hook you up with some tapes. I got plenty of reel-to-reel tapes. And of course that has never happened, and last night was my last night to be working with him, and so yeah, it's definitely had to exchange numbers, and so we'll keep in touch. So I'm gonna get you some tapes. I was telling him about some of the different tapes and stuff that I have that I'd be willing to part with. Anyway, did I talk much about my night and what I liked to? No, not really. I had a great day at home today. I guess probably sum that up super quick since I got to work so fast. Actually chatting like peacefully and with like in a rather nice and flirty way with Priscilla this morning, which was pleasant. While I was at home, did some day drinking, which is something I haven't really done lately, but it definitely put me in a better frame of mind and made it kind of feels, I know a lot of people, they get off work, they, have a drink or two to kind of relax, and it felt good to do that. It seemed for the most part, like for a while, it was kind of my daily routine to, as I was heading to, no, Indigenous Peoples Day. No, it is Columbus Day. Quit disrespecting us Italian Americans. Amazon doing some kind of recognition thing for Indigenous Peoples Day didn't even mention Columbus Day. I feel kind of slighted as an Italian American. Where is my day? That used to be Columbus Day. And of course, I'm wearing the red shirt as they ask, hey, wear some red in honor of blah, 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 something, something, oppressed Native American women, Indigenous Peoples Day. Yeah, I'm wearing red shirt because I got my red Amazon Peak shirt, and I wore it yesterday, and it didn't get it filthy, so I'm wearing it again today to save on doing laundry. But hey, at least it looks like I'm part of it, I guess. But at some point, I am going to mention, hey, what about Columbus Day? I can't be the only Italian American here. Ooh, there goes little Liz. She's so adorable. That's her on the left. She's actually a forklift driver now. She went through training right about the time I got my first suspension. She's still, I work with her all the time. It's kind of funny, like when I'm emptying out, when I'm rearranging zones and stuff so the pit drivers can pull more stuff out, like they actually listen to me. Not like I'm their manager or the director of them, but I understand what their workflow is because I've worked that position as well. So I'll, I notice zones that like, whoa, they've got dock trucks and they can't unload it because they have no available zones like near those docks to bring it out to. So I'll let them know. It's like, hey, and I generally know like who's working which doors. I'll be like, hey, I got some space there for you. And sometimes it's not much, but when they can make some progress, they're always happy to make some progress. So anyway, I was trying to explain this other guy whose phone number I swapped with. So anyway, we were talking about reel to reels. I'm gonna hook him up with some reels. Trying to say what my day was. Yeah, so yesterday had a just overall great day at work. Really enjoyed what I was doing. Of course, part of that, no letdown on, hey, am I going to get back on the forklift today? I knew for sure I wasn't. Like, Jessica has to handle this. Jessica never works on Sunday. She might be there today. She might not be there today. Actually, I've been enjoying working in inbound as a line loader and water spider so much lately that I think I'm going to just kind of let it go for a week and see if she approaches me. Just for GP. Instead of constantly bugging her, just to see where that goes. Because I know I'm already in the system for pit retraining. I know that Ty put me in there, and tall guy, Sean. I say tall guy. Sean is like 7 foot tall, maybe taller. I wonder if I was to quit working at Amazon, would Sean look down on me? Sean looks down on everybody. Hello. He's 7 foot tall. So anyway, yeah, it used to be mostly when I would hit first call at 6 a.m. over at Wander Inn and have my, my liquid breakfast, which is a Bloody Mary or two, that, oh, little Liz is walking back. She must have forgot something. Tap, tap, tap on her cell phone. Anyway, sorry I get distracted by her. And I'm probably older than her dad. But anyway, yeah, it's starting to become like an oven in this car. Damn. Anyway, I noticed mostly when I was doing that, it was because I didn't want to be in my apartment coming home to Priscilla in my bed saying, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. I found it less annoying to just go do a little day drinking and then come home after she was already on the phones and out of my bed. So at least I could get in my bed and enjoy that space. And to be fair, like, she usually wasn't in my bed. She was usually sleeping on the couch, but still, like, just not have to. She'd already be shut in Lily's room, which she was using as my office. And so, yeah, a lot of that was just me avoiding her. Day drinking today was just all about me, which felt really good. And ran into my buddy Yoli, had a great time and conversation with her. She's kind of hot, and the kind of middle-aged hot that I find attractive. Anyway, she loves to load up the jukebox, so she's got great taste in music. We always end up talking about music because our taste in music overlap a lot. And mostly she was playing she played a bunch of Sade and a bunch of Anita Baker, which really hit the spot. Like, that's where my head was at. I mean, I'm pretty much always in the mood to listen to some Sade, especially if somebody else is putting it on. But anyway, yeah, I had some good time. By the time I left there, I had two of my liquid breakfasts. So I was in a pretty happy place when I went home. Swung by Circle K, got a couple of hot dogs. Was a little disgruntled because they've got the Circle K Days thing for the hot dogs for $1.23 or whatever it is posted on the machine, and then I ended up paying like 2 for $3, which granted isn't a lot more, but it's like, whoa, that's where it's supposed to be. She's like, oh, that sale's over. I'm like, then why is it still posted on the thing? Oh, because nobody's got time to take it off. I don't know. Like, isn't that false advertising? Like, if you still have the sales posted, aren't you legally obligated to honor them? Anyway, not the hill I want to die on. You know, it's easier to just pay the extra 75 cents and get my hot dogs. But I did tell her, it's like, that's kind of shitty. Somebody should take those off. Like, how much more awkward would it have been if I didn't have enough money for the full price and only had enough money for the price that was posted? So, but I was in a good mood. It wasn't letting it get me down. And that's actually my favorite cashier over there. She used to always work overnights. She'll always be my hero, because one time I ran out of gas in my Benz and didn't quite make it to the pumps, and she actually came out and helped me push my Benz to the pumps. And unlike my Saturn, which is a plastic car and is totally light and I can push by myself, my Benz is freaking heavy. And I was kind of on an upslope. There's just no way I would have got that car moved by myself. So she's awesome. I ran into her. I think I've actually got her on my vlog a couple times, where I've run into her on the 48th Street multi-use path there on the old Crosscut Canal Park. Anyway, good morning with her. Had a good morning at home. I'm chatting with Priscilla and sending a few random pictures back and forth as I'm just set up my computer and did a little bit of work on my music and my karaoke. Ripped a Randy Travis CD. Before I had the computer up, I was actually able to enjoy my smart TV and the YouTube app on it, and just overall just really enjoying like my space. And Priscilla coming into it as a text message versus, grrr, I can't enjoy my space because she's here. Kind of actually enjoyed her presence on my phone more than I enjoyed her presence in the, when she was in my apartment. So, anyway, on that note, I gotta get inside. I do. First time in ages, actually added a karaoke track to my library from home. Well, I guess I shouldn't say in ages. I actually did 2 the other day before I headed out to, last Thursday before I headed out to Bullocks. I added the 2 Stevie Wonder songs. But today, not much, but hey, I added Ice-T Colors. Kind of surprised me. I had no karaoke for Ice-T. So now I have colors. So, anyway, I got to get inside. Thanks for coming with me on the drive.